My therapist got involved with my former partner right after our appointments, so I brought her professional life to an end and began a relationship with her spouse. I'm Harper, 28, a graphic designer who enjoys wine and listens to true crime podcasts obsessively. I never imagined I'd end up starring in a tale of payback, so wild it would leave those podcast narrators speechless. Yet that's exactly where I landed. Allow me to rewind about 3 months. I was in Dr. Olivia Hartley's consulting room for what turned out to be our final meeting, not because I felt fixed, but because I was seconds away from uncovering a truth that shattered my reality completely. For half a year, I'd been her patient, beginning right after my 3-year relationship with Jackson fell apart without warning. One minute we were booking flights to Costa Rica. The next he claimed he required distance to discover himself, the usual excuse. Olivia was excellent at her job, exceptionally so. She carried this serene aura, always dressed in sophisticated blazers, her dark hair pulled into a flawless chignon, her tone gentle and inviting, practically begging you to share your innermost thoughts, which I did freely. I poured out every detail about Jackson. Our first encounter at a cafe, when he mistakenly took my oat milk latte, the sweet notes he slipped into my coat pockets, the devastation his sudden departure caused since I hadn't seen any signs. She listened attentively, jotted observations, posed insightful queries. Harper, have you thought that Jackson could have been wrestling with personal struggles? She'd suggest. Often when individuals flee, they're escaping their own issues rather than you. I soaked it in, gladly handing over $200 each time for her guidance. On that Tuesday during October, I exited her practice at 4 in the afternoon as usual, only to realize midway to my vehicle in the underground lot that I'd left my cell phone behind. It happens occasionally, when sessions leave me emotionally spent. I retraced my steps to the 3rd level of the health center. The reception area sat deserted. Her assistant had evidently clocked out. Her office door stood ajar. I raised my knuckles to rap when Jackson's distinctive chuckle reached my ears. You can pick out certain laughs anywhere, even amid noise. That recognition hit me instantly. My fist hovered. You're awful. Olivia's voice came through, laced with amusement. She was actually laughing lightly. Get over here, Jackson replied. I eased the door open just enough and witnessed them on the very sofa where I'd sobbed over our split. His fingers were tangled in her loosened hair, tumbling across her back. Her blazer lay discarded on the carpet. They kissed with the urgency of high school sweethearts. I remained frozen, feeling like minutes passed though it was likely mere seconds. Then her eyes flicked open. Our gazes locked. I observed the precise, instant terror flooded her expression. Harper, she began. I didn't linger. I snatched my phone from the nearby seat and strode away. My fingers trembled violently, struggling to grip the car keys. Inside my vehicle, I simply stared ahead at the dashboard. My own counselor. The professional I compensated to guide my recovery from Jackson had been intimate with him. How long had this gone on? Did it begin before the split? Did it trigger his departure? Questions crashed over me relentlessly. My device vibrated, Olivia ringing. I rejected the call. Another attempt. Rejected again. Then messages arrived. Harper, allow me to clarify. It isn't how it appears. I burst into laughter. Genuine, audible cackling alone in the car. What else could it possibly resemble? Jackson's message followed. Harper, I regret that you discovered it like this. Discovered it. Not remorse for the act itself, just regret that I learned of it. I navigated home in a haze. My housemate Mason glanced at my expression and immediately filled a wine glass for me. No questions needed. What's wrong? My counselor is involved with Jackson. His mouth fell open. Your counselor, Olivia? The one treating you? Exactly. That's against the rules. Surely that's prohibited. I grabbed my phone and searched online. Indeed, it's entirely forbidden. The American Psychological Association enforces rigorous ethical standards. Counselors are barred from romantic or sexual connections with present patients, or with their close relatives, current partners, or recent ex-partners. Olivia hadn't merely wounded me on a personal level. She'd breached core professional boundaries. You must file a report, Mason urged. I shook my head. I need time to process. But my thoughts weren't on official complaints. Something else surfaced. During one casual remark, Olivia had mentioned being married. I'd noticed her ring. She'd occasionally brought up her spouse when discussing relationship patterns and dialogue. Did he have any clue? That evening I did something I'm neither fully ashamed of nor entirely regret-free about. I dug into Olivia Hartley's private world. Within 20 minutes, I located her husband, Ethan Hartley, an American literature professor at the State College. His department profile included a picture, attractive in an academic sense. Spectacles, gentle gaze, friendly grin. His online profile stood open to the public. Poor choice, Ethan. I browsed the images. Olivia and Ethan on sandy shores. At ceremonies. On trails. They appeared content. Ordinary. Typical couple sharing polished moments. His most recent upload, from 7 days earlier, their golden retriever, Hemingway. Caption: This fellow never critiques my terrible puns. True champion. Comments overflowed with students and peers adding laughing faces and praising Professor H. rocks. Olivia's account was locked, naturally. Yet her display image showed her resting against Ethan's shoulder. Both beaming. A tightness gripped my ribs. This woman had contributed to ruining my partnership. Possibly even prompted Jackson's exit initially. All while maintaining a devoted spouse at home. One likely unaware. I reached a conclusion. The following morning, I set up an anonymous email and contacted Ethan via his university's inquiry page. Professor Hartley, I possess details concerning your wife that you deserve to hear. Could we speak face-to-face? This matters greatly, and I can substantiate it. Sent before second thoughts could stop me. His answer arrived in under 3 hours. I'm uncertain of your identity, but cryptic notes don't work on me. State it plainly if it's genuine. Reasonable enough. I replied. Your wife is romantically involved with a patient of hers. I'm that patient's ex-partner. I witnessed them myself. I possess evidence. I didn't truly have images, but he didn't require that detail immediately. His next message came swiftly. Let's meet at Sterling Coffee tomorrow, midday. Look for the man in the navy blazer. Sleep evaded me entirely. My mind rehearsed endless possibilities. What words would I choose? Suppose he dismissed me? Suppose he already suspected and remained indifferent? Yet I appeared as planned. Sterling Coffee boasted hip decor, bare brick walls, vintage lighting. Ethan waited in a secluded booth, sipping plain coffee, appearing exhausted beyond measure. He stood taller than his photos suggested. Harper, he inquired as I neared. I confirmed and sat opposite. Thank you for agreeing to this. I realize it's strange. Strange barely covers it. He replied, tone guarded rather than aggressive. You mentioned evidence? I displayed my phone. Olivia's pleading text from the discovery day, Jackson's regretful note. Screenshots preserved. He studied them quietly. His jaw clenched, yet he stayed composed. I lack actual pictures of the encounter, I confessed. But I observed them directly. In her workspace. The situation was unmistakable. He returned the device, gaze drifting outside. How long were you under my wife's care? Half a year. And the ex? Jackson. 3 years together. He ended things abruptly last summer. Her involvement began afterward. Possibly earlier. I'm unsure. Ethan massaged his temples. This isn't unprecedented. I froze. Pardon. Olivia has strayed previously. Not involving patients, but infidelity, twice I'm aware of. Once a co-worker at her prior clinic. Once a mutual friend. We sought couples therapy. She swore it was finished. My insides twisted. Why remain? Because I'm a fool who cared deeply for his wife. Delivered flatly, as though discussing daily weather. Or cared. I'm uncertain now. Silence settled between us. What's your plan? I asked. Unclear. His eyes met mine. What's yours? I intend to notify the licensing authority. This infringes numerous ethical guidelines. Will it destroy her livelihood? Likely. At the least, license revocation. Possibly further penalties if scrutiny intensifies. He gave a measured nod. Proceed. You're fine with the outcome? She created this situation, Harper. Truthfully, I'm weary of shielding her from the results of her choices. The weariness in his tone tugged at me. No fury, just resignation. I'm sorry you're facing this. I'm sorry for your pain too. It's unjust, what she inflicted. The imbalance of authority alone. He shook his head. You placed faith in her. You compensated her to mend your wounds. She took advantage. Hearing those truths aloud fractured something deep within. Tears welled. Hey. Ethan extended his arm across the table, not contacting, merely near. You'll recover. This choice is correct. Is it? Feels spiteful, like pure vengeance. Perhaps. Yet it's fairness too. She damaged you. She disregarded her professional obligations. Likely harmed additional individuals. Halting her isn't small-minded. It's essential. I dried my cheeks. You're genuinely decent. Olivia never earned someone like you. A wistful smile crossed his face. I'm beginning. Accept that. We conversed another full hour. He described his teaching, his daily routine, their meeting at a book event 8 years prior. She'd seemed captivating, intelligent, precisely his ideal. Hindsight reveals warnings clearly, he noted. In reflection, signals existed. Periods of emotional distance. Extended office hours. Defensiveness when questioned. Jackson behaved similarly prior to leaving. I shared. Evasive about his schedule. Avoided future commitments. Disloyal people repeat behaviors. True enough. We traded contact details before parting. Not flirtatiously, simply as allies. Two souls aboard a vessel, slowly submerging. Within days, I submitted a detailed grievance to the state psychology regulatory body. Outlined the Jackson liaison. How she persisted in my treatment during the affair. How I'd interrupted them in her space. Officials responded promptly. An inquiry commenced at once. Olivia phoned 11 times that initial day. Ignored every one. She appeared at my residence next. Mason opened the door. She isn't available. I must speak with her. Please. Nothing left to clarify. Go. Harper, she yelled. Harper, listen, this is all mistaken. From my window, I observed Mason barring entry until she retreated. She's lost it, Mason declared upon returning. Complete lunatic. 14 days afterward, Ethan initiated divorce proceedings. He messaged, attorney appointment today? Thought you should hear. I responded, you'll come through this. Stronger, most likely. Funny. I planned the identical reply to you. Olivia fought desperately to salvage her position. Insisted our breakup preceded their involvement, negating any breach. Yet dates contradicted her. My relationship with Jackson concluded in July, therapy commenced in June. Records confirmed ongoing partnership during initial visits. The authority placed her license on temporary hold during review. Her clinic severed ties. Reputation spread rapidly through therapy circles. Vocation crumbled before our eyes. Jackson phoned in tears, genuine sobs. Harper, halt this. She's losing her entire world. Excellent. She committed no wrongdoing. We're truly in love. Laughter escaped me uncontrollably. In love? After how many months? 4? It's authentic. Our bond surpasses anything I experienced with you. The remark pierced deeper than intended. Bonded how? Through details from my sessions? While she disclosed my vulnerabilities. Quiet. Jackson. She shattered every ethical standard. She toyed with us both. Yet you defend her. You're simply resentful over the breakup. Resentful because my counselor betted my partner. You complete fool. Call ended. Days later, Ethan invited me for coffee. Different venue, calmer atmosphere. How are you managing? Surprisingly well, actually. Yourself? Likewise. Divorce proceeds. She contests the property. My attorney believes circumstances favor me strongly. She remains with Jackson? So it seems. He leased a flat. She stays over frequently. Conversation drifted to ordinary topics. His lectures, my client work. Refreshing normalcy. May I pose something intimate? He ventured eventually. Go ahead. Do individuals truly transform at their core? I pondered. Desire for change exists. Executing lasting change proves far more difficult. Olivia vowed improvement after each lapse. I trusted her promises. I longed to trust. That fault lies nowhere near you. Feels that way occasionally, like I should have anticipated. Betrayal catches you off guard. That defines its nature. He offered a gentle smile. Impressively insightful for 28. These months have been bizarre. Regular meetups followed. Coffee evolved to meals, then evening outings. Not romantic outings. Merely companionship between two who comprehended mutual pain. Mason observed. You're seeing quite a bit of the attractive Professor Dad. His name is Ethan. Details. You're fond of him. We're platonic. Harper, please. 5 years of friendship here. That certain expression appears whenever he's mentioned. What expression? The one Jackson once triggered, back before ruin arrived. I resisted admitting it. Inquiry concluded by December. Permanent license revocation. Reinstatement possible after 5 years, though doubtful given severity. 12 years building her practice. erased in 4 months. Jackson departed her life 7 days post-revocation. Mason displayed his social story, bar scene with buddies. No trace of Olivia. Images of them vanished. Classic coward, Mason remarked. Desired her only during prosperity. Likely accurate. Sympathy for Olivia lasted perhaps 5 seconds. Then memories resurfaced. Her labeling me spiteful during grievance. Her doorstep confrontation insisting I retract. Her decisions led here. January brought dinner at Ethan's residence. He retained the property. Olivia relocated to modest quarters nearby, employed at a yoga center's front desk while regrouping. She struggles significantly, Ethan noted, refilling my glass. Acquaintances report difficulty coping. Guilt ever surface? Occasionally. Then I recall our path here. Hemingway, their golden retriever, nudged my knee. I rubbed his head. He approves of you, Ethan observed. Feelings mutual. We prepared dinner jointly. Homemade pasta sauce. Ethan excelled surprisingly in the kitchen, outshining me. Olivia avoided cooking, he mentioned. Always occupied professionally. I cook sporadically, when groceries remind me. We dined on the sofa. Background documentary, ignored mostly. May I share something? Ethan inquired. Naturally. I appreciate that initial message profoundly. Not solely for dissolving my marriage, though that mattered, but for providing reason to act on what I delayed far too long. No thanks necessary. Yet gratitude feels right. You displayed courage. Walking away remained an option, letting their issues stay theirs. But you advocated for your worth. Courage didn't describe me then. More chaotic, fractured, still healing. Understood. Same position. He shifted nearer on the cushion. Close, without contact. Likely awful moment for this, he murmured. Correct me firmly if mistaken, but kissing you feels irresistible currently. My pulse reacted strangely. Probably unwise, I agreed. Agreed. Both recovering from deep wounds. Precisely. And legally you remain married. Separated. Decree finalizes shortly. I studied him intently. Those warm eyes framed by lenses. Gaze treating me as valuable. Forget caution, I declared. Our lips met, gentle, exploratory initially. Testing safety. Then intensifying. His palm cradled my cheek. I surrendered willingly. Breaths ragged upon separating. Well, Ethan managed. That happened. We paused, simply regarding one another. I refuse rebound status, he whispered. You aren't. Truly. Nor do I wish to represent vengeance toward Olivia. Are you? No. You embody everything she feigned. Genuine kindness, integrity, authenticity. Another kiss followed. Thus began our connection. We progressed deliberately. Kept private initially. Created our secluded haven. Two souls mending side by side. Mason deduced when spotting Ethan departing my place at 7 a.m. Harper Elizabeth Reynolds. Not appearances, reality. Precisely what it resembles. Involvement with your ex-therapist's spouse. Correct. He embraced me tightly. Immensely proud. Most gloriously chaotic positive choice yet. Positive? Feels intricate. Darling, your counselor betted your ex post-healing payments. Your choice with her husband? Not intricate. Poetic balance. Laughter bubbled. Framed that way. Plus attractive. Academic too. Straight from romance fiction. We shared our status publicly by March. Bookstore snapshot. Coffee in hand. Smiles genuine. Caption straightforward. Certain narratives begin in surprising sections. Feedback varied. Former associates of Olivia deemed me malicious. Flaunting pain. Yet majority offered support, empathy. Ethan's pupils noted things like, Professor Hartley merits joy. Jackson dispatched furious lengthy texts labeling me vicious, scheming. Blocked instantly. Olivia requested meeting via acquaintance. Nearly refused. Curiosity prevailed. Neutral park setting. She appeared altered. Slimmer. Hair less meticulous. Casual jeans, hoodie. Not her refined style. Grateful you came. I sat bench distance apart. Purpose. Sincere apology. Beyond earlier insincere attempts. Proceed. My actions toward you, unpardonable. Trust shattered. Ethical lines crossed. Harm deeper than realized. Reason behind it. Long pause. Uncertain. Jackson arrived early once for pickup. Brief chat while you gathered belongings. Charming. Attentive. My marriage faced strain with Ethan. So you pursued my partner? Not immediately. Idea seeded. Jackson lingered more. Conversations. Inquiries regarding you. Sessions. Seemed harmless. When did harmless end? September. You wept describing the split, bewildered why. I understood the cause. Because I communicated with him. Coffee meetups. One kiss. He concluded your relationship to explore ours. Confirmation struck forcefully. Months self-blaming. Questioning personal flaws. Always her responsibility. You're reprehensible, I stated. Agreed. Jackson equally so. Abandoned once difficulty arose. You assessed him correctly. Victory absent, only sorrow. Purpose of disclosure now? You merit full honesty. Also, I viewed your photo. You alongside Ethan. Understood. Here to warn me off? No. Here stating he's exceptional. Deserved better than me. I wounded him similarly. You'll carry that burden. Yet I doubt it weighs heavily. You lack insight into me. 6 months in therapy, recall? Loyalty. Sincerity. Devotion to loved ones. Ethan requires precisely that. Wishing you both contentment. She rose. Olivia. Yes. No remorse here, regarding grievance, license loss. Self-inflicted. Understood. No resentment toward you. She departed. Texted Ethan. Strangest discussion just occurred with your former. Immediate call. You alright? Her words. Genuine apology. Called you exceptional man. Personal development? Possibly. Or exhaustion. Regardless. You alright? Yes. Believe so. Truly was. June saw us cohabiting. Retained his residence. Mine too compact, plus Hemingway resided there. Settled routines. Shared morning brews. Him marking assignments while I designed. Dog walks at dusk. Peaceful, lovely, ordinary existence. Mason dropped by often. Revolting. Your happiness nauseates me. Envious. Completely. July evening. 1 year since chaos began. Porch sunset bathed everything amber. Something to confess? Ethan began. Always. Once believed disloyalty represented relationships' ultimate ruin. Broken trust equaled permanent damage. Now perhaps certain disloyalties guide precisely where belonging occurs. Olivia's actions directed me toward you. Unwilling to alter that path. Suggesting gratitude toward Olivia? Never. Merely thankful for resulting path. Leaned closer. Same here. Despite scandalous labels? Especially because of them. We captivate every gathering. Laughter shared. Valid. Phone alerted. Anonymous email. Single sentence. Karma presents beautifully. Relish your joy. Displayed Ethan. He scanned, brow furrowed. Olivia. Possibly. Jackson. Or observer of saga. Disturbing? No. Accurate statement. Karma shines. Joy embraced. Deleted. 3 months on, Mason spotted Olivia via dating platform. Profile, fresh beginnings. Committed to improvement. Bold nerve, Mason scoffed. Joking aside, positive she attempts forward movement. Overly kind. Not kindness. Merely contentment. Contented souls release grudges. October proposal arrived unpretentiously. Hiking trail. Hemingway bounded ahead. Ethan halted mid-path. Harper Reynolds. You're the unforeseen twist I never anticipated. Will you marry me? Ring unpresented. I answered instantly. Yes. Unequivocally yes. Ring ideal, understated, graceful. Precisely my taste. January wedding, intimate gathering. Close loved ones only. Mason served as man of honor. Obviously. Insane realization. He remarked assisting preparations. 18 months prior. Sobbing over Jackson in our flat. Now behold your reality. Existence twists strangely. Existence feels flawless. You transform deepest wound into greatest gift. Ceremony exquisite. Ethan teared during vows. Mine flowed freely too. Kiss prompted cheers. Sensation absent years returned. Wholeness. Reception brought stranger, mature lady unknown. Harper? Carol here. Former client of Olivia's. Tension rose. Oh. Merely wished gratitude expressed. For the report. She counseled me concurrently, began with your ex. Actually my daughter. Urged daughter, end her relationship. Persisted. Later discovered Olivia dated him prior to breakup. Face paled. She repeated pattern. Minimum 2 confirmed others. Inquiry revealed additional cases. Your action prevented future victims. Unaware. Believed solely my situation. Regret for your daughter. I offered. She recovers. Thrives now. Wanted assurance. You chose correctly. Embrace exchanged. She departed. Ethan located me shortly. You alright? Color drained. Shared Carol's revelation. Lord. Olivia far worse. Indeed. You protected others, Harper. Realize that. Merely fury-driven. Vengeance motivated. Perhaps. Yet vengeance halting further damage? Far beyond trivial. Heroic actually. Surveyed surroundings, friends, relatives. Mason joking with Ethan's sibling. Hemingway scavenging table scraps. 18 months earlier existence collapsed. Counselor's disloyalty. Partner's betrayal. Perceived stability proved fragile. Yet amid wreckage this emerged. Authentic affection. True companionship. Individual witnessing lowest point, yet remaining. Olivia? Reports placed her. Relocated interstate. Retail supervisor position now. Jackson single still. Thirst trap posts online. Minimal engagement. Their consequences arrived. Mine delivered Ethan. Certain voices insist vengeance solves nothing, reduces you to their level. Those voices never endured counselor betting X, then denying responsibility. Occasionally vengeance transcends pettiness. Becomes equity. Occasionally cosmos compensates self-advocacy. I claim no heroism. No pure altruism. Yet I'd repeat every action. Entire sequence. That message to Ethan? Regulatory filing? Steps beyond vengeance. Toward deserved existence. Current reality. Poetic element exists. Building future with man Olivia discarded while chasing fleeting thrill. Deeper still, immense strength in refusing single moment's dominance. Olivia aimed victimhood. I selected survival. Survivors refuse stagnation. Occasionally they ascend. Far higher. Ethan clasped my hand, returning focus. First dance commencing. Prepared. Always. We moved together rhythmically. Mason caught my gaze across space. Glass lifted, mischievous grin. Melody continued. Ethan drew me nearer. Elsewhere, distant state, alternate existence. Olivia perhaps browsing feeds, viewing ceremony images. Comprehending precise loss. Hope stung. Not cruelty. Merely necessity. Some require grasping consequences exist. Betrayal invites repercussions. Counseling boundaries serve purpose. Occasionally underestimated individual claims what you possessed. Construct's superior version. Jackson messaged reception night. Notification appeared. Congratulations. Wishing happiness. Nearly ignored. Then considered. Why refuse? Indeed happy. Thanks. Typing indicators flickered. Vanished. Reappeared. Olivia relationship ended. Aware. Altered post license. Became resentful. External blame. Recognizable pattern. Harper. Acknowledge my failures. Reflected deeply. Us. Discarded potential. Cruelty tempted. Could dissect him verbally. Lack desire. Energy absent. Jackson. Hope life sorts eventually. Genuinely. But chapter closed. Fully. Possibility ever. None. Farewell. Best wishes. Blocked permanently. Ethan observed. Jackson. Yes. Attempting reconnection. And. Blocked. Finished with past. Excellent. Present chapter captivates me. Likewise. Evening concluded. Guests departed satiated, joyful. Mason lingered final. Embrace firm. Accomplished it, whispered. Truly. Accomplished what? Converted life's harshest betrayal into finest occurrence. My hero. Hush. Never. Recounting eternally at gatherings. Please refrain. Too late. Screenplay drafted. Harper Reynolds. Vengeance meets romance. Netflix 2026. Absurd. You adore me. Irritatingly. Yes. Homeward with Ethan. Our shared space. Hemingway padding along. Tale exuberant. Existence magnificent perhaps. Bedtime arrived weary yet fulfilled. Mrs. Hartley. Ethan murmured. Pleasant ring. Truly. Regrets. Marrying you? 0. Remaining saga? Olivia. Jackson. Chaos. Contemplated deeply. None. Delivered me here. To you. This reality. Unwilling to exchange. Even preventing entirely. Even then. Kiss tender, sincere. Promise-filled. Love you, he declared. Love you equally. Slumbered entwined. Hemingway snoring below. Universe perhaps approved messy, intricate fairness. Olivia sought liaison, lost essentials. Jackson sought same, found solitude. Me? Sought retribution, discovered affection. Karma occasionally circles, occasionally delivers presents. Extraordinary presents. Inspiring belief in destiny. Renewal. Notion that harm inflictors occasionally grant greatest favor. 6 months post-ceremony, grocery coincidence occurred. Olive oil aisle. Eye contact. Considered evasion. Then realized, no concealment needed. No shame carried. Harper. Hello, Olivia. Silence stretched awkwardly. Viewed ceremony images. Mutual connections feeds. You appeared stunning. Appreciated. Ethan seems joyful. He feels it. Pause. Lengthened. Genuinely pleased for you both. Meant sincerely. Your own happiness? I inquired. Truly wondering. Pause. Approaching it. Counseling assists. Legitimate kind. Unlike mine previously. Positive step. Regret expressed inadequately perhaps. My conduct toward you. Ethan. Remaining patience. Unacceptable entirely. Dark period. Caused widespread pain. Working improvement. Belief arrived. Eyes altered. Former polish absent. Honesty replaced. Forgiveness granted, I stated. Meant sincerely. Not earned. Rather, anger fatigued. Energy better directed. Truly. Doesn't imply trust or desire proximity. Merely release. Exceeds deserving. Grateful. Paths diverged. Texted Ethan. Guess recent encounter. Say Jackson tumbled fountainward. Nearly. Olivia. Market aisle. Outcome. Surprisingly civil. Appears genuine effort toward growth. Positive. Homeward shortly? Hemingway inquires. Hemingway or yourself? Both possible. Grinned. En route. Moving forward is an erasure. Not feigning painless past. Deciding tomorrow outweighs yesterday. My tomorrow awaited. Home held devoted spouse. Dog viewing me as celestial. Thus, counselor bedded ex-career concluded via my actions. Her spouse became mine. Certain label it vengeance. I term it equity. Frankly, finest choice ever. Ultimately Olivia and Jackson, mere sections. Ethan, the entire volume. Authorship continues.